Hey everybody, this is Ian Mayers. I'm the managing director of Apex Theater Studio,
And I'm Joshua Sewell. I'm the associate director here.
and this is our audition clinic for the best Christmas pageant ever. And we're going to get started in just a minute or two. We have about 17 people online and about 45 registered. So we will be with you shortly.
Hi, this is Josh Sewell.
Hey, this is Ian Mayers, managing director with Apex Theater Studio. And so welcome to our audition clinic for the upcoming production of the best Christmas pageant ever. As I said, my name is Ian Mayers. I'm the managing director. If you're a student watching, you can call me Mr. Ian when you meet me next Monday at the auditions. Um, we just wanted to go over some simple things, probably take about 10 or 15 minutes, so that can help you as a young artist know what to expect. Some of you may never have auditioned for a show before. Some of you may have, but we just thought we would go over some things quickly so you can get a sense of how the actual experience will flow on Monday. Okay. I'm going to pull up a quick PowerPoint. Okay, so this is our audition clinic for the best Christmas pageant ever. Our rehearsals are going to be on Mondays and Wednesdays at Goka from 3:30 to 5, from 3:30 to 5. And on the week of the show, which is the first week in December, we will meet every day after school. Our performances are going to be Thursday, December 5th at 7 p.m., Friday, December 6th at 7 p.m., and Saturday, December 7th at 1 p.m. And these are all going to be in a space on the campus of Crossroads Church. We will not be in the main sanctuary. That's a little bit large for this kind of play. We're going to be in a slightly smaller space, which is just off to the left of the lobby. It seats about 125, 150. And it's a really charming space, and we're excited to work there. There's also going to be a performance for Goka students on Friday, December 6th at 10 a.m. And Miss Knight will be deciding who attends those, but those are the performances. I'm now going to introduce you to Josh. He's the associate director at Apex, and he's going to talk a little bit about the show and the characters.
All right. Hello. Sorry, I was just getting a few people who were missing out on our webinar link linked in here. This play is a great show. It is a lovely story all about Christmas, the transformative power that we can have when we open up to other people that we don't necessarily think are like us, and the kind of growth and beauty that we can see when we let ourselves share these experiences with other people. So now I'll like to go through our list of characters here. One second, I'm getting pulled up. Okay. So the characters of father and mother, Bob and Grace, will be played by some older students, some high school students that we will be bringing in. So those roles are not available. Um, the rest of these roles are. So Beth is ostensibly the main character of the play. She's the narrator. She drives most of the events in the play. Her younger brother, Charlie, is also one of the main characters. Then we have the six herdmans themselves. So the leader of the group is
So why don't you tell us who the Herdmans are, Josh,
the
in the plot
Herdmans.
of the play?
Okay, so the Herdmans are a less clean cut and put together group of children. They're a little bit
Rough around the edge.
rough around the edges is a good way to say it. Yeah.
And they've shown up at this church, and they want to be in the church Christmas play because they heard the snacks are really good at rehearsal.
Right. And so they get drawn into doing the play and eventually learn all about the Christmas story and all the cool things in it. So Imogene is a little bit of the leader. She's the second oldest sister, right? She's the leader of the group. Then we also have Ralph, Leroy, Ollie, Claude, and Gladys. And we are open to the idea of potentially switching around genders on some of these roles, but we want to have all six of the Herdmans. Then we also have some featured children that are in the ensemble. Alice is as close as we get to an antagonist in this show. She's a little bit of a snitch, a little bit of a goody two shoes, and she kind of has it out for the Herdmans. So she is keeping a record of all their wrongdoings in the hopes of getting them in trouble. We also have Ivy, Maxine, and Elmer, who are featured characters that are in the Christmas pageant as well. Then we have Mrs. Armstrong, Mrs. McCarthy, and Mrs. Slocum, three adult characters who are part of putting together this play. And that'll be our kind of setup for the characters that we're looking for. We may also have some more ensemble characters to help fill out the world of this play.
Some angels, some wise men, some shepherds. And some of them would have a couple lines as well. But those are kind of the main characters, that list that we just showed you. So we'll be reading for all of those characters next Monday. So let's talk about how next Monday's going to go. When student actors come in next Monday, we're all going to warm up together for about 15 minutes. That means we'll do a little physical warm up, a little vocal warm up in terms of speaking. There's no singing in the play, so it's just speaking, and we'll play a couple of ensemble building games. Then we're going to break out into groups for what we call our cold read sessions. So we have about 75 student actors registered. So you're going to go into one of two rooms. So we'll have a red group and a blue group. And in one room, you'll have myself and Miss Izzy, one of our teaching artists. And then the other room, you'll have Mr. Josh and Miss Hayden. And we will read through the scenes that are in the audition packet. And so we'll have everybody read at least twice, okay? And then we'll meet as a team, and we'll dismiss the actors around 5 o'clock. So that will take about an hour and 15 minutes for us to get everybody to read twice. And then later everybody will be dismissed at 5 o'clock. And then later in the evening around 7 o'clock, we will post a callback notice for people that we want to see, probably just for the two leads, the brother and the sister. We've done this play before several times. We're usually able to cast all the other roles just out of the cold readings, but we may have a callback just for Beth and her brother to see what their chemistry is like. And if we have those callbacks, they will be next Tuesday from 3:30 to 5 after school, but you would have plenty of time to arrange to be there, okay? Also, we want to talk about things that we're looking for and things that will help you when you're in your callback experience. So some things you should think about. Try and connect with your scene partner when you're in a cold reading. That's really important. So if you're reading a scene and you've got partner, be sure and make some eye contact with them, look at them. Just don't spend all of your time in your script, okay? Josh, you want to take another one?
Sure, yeah. Don't worry too much about staging or movement. You know, if you want to move a little bit around the stage, that's okay, but don't go thinking that you need to be running all across the place to try to get our attention. This next one is a very important one, speaking clearly and with enough volume. That's really a big part of what we're looking for. That will tell us a lot about whether you're going to be able to carry this kind of role and whether you're going to be a good candidate for a lead role like this.
And finally, the most important thing we're always looking for in any kind of situation is what we call a can-do attitude. So we might ask you after you've read a scene once to do something a little bit different with the scene. And we just want to see if you're able to try and do that. That doesn't mean you're going to get it 100% right, but that you have that can-do attitude, because we're looking for people that we can give direction to and they can take it and do something with it. So those are the things that we're looking for. So I am going to send out tomorrow an audition packet, which has the scenes that everybody will be reading from. It's not very long. It's just a couple of pages. So that if you've registered for the auditions, you will get that audition packet, and you can look it over. And if you have any questions about that, there'll be an email address in there. So now is the time when we are leaving open. If anybody has a question, they could type it in the chat and we'll answer it. We already have one. Someone asks, will there be any Saturday rehearsals? There will not be any Saturday rehearsals. We will just rehearse on Mondays and Wednesdays. I think we can get this done just working on those 2 days. Any other questions in the chat? Just type them on in. There's a couple more. Okay. Um, Here's a great one. How are kids who are emergent readers handled? Um, may need some help during the cold read. Um, so I would recommend a lot of the younger roles, the lines are very short and there's not many of them. So if you could just go over those lines with them prior to the audition, and if their comfort level is such that they would like one of our teen assistants standing next to them to prompt them to give the lines, that's fine with us.
With logistics for school pickup,
We'll have to ask Miss Knight about that because
right?
I don't really have that information, but I know she's working on it. I will send out the audition address and the audition notice, but it is at Goka Arts, which is near Town Center. So if you're not someone who attends Goka Arts, it's very easy to find. It's right behind Crossroads Church, but I will send the full address in the email I send out tomorrow with the sides.
For our cast size.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
How many of the 75 will be cast? We're looking for a cast of 25 to 30. If you're not cast in this Christmas show, Ms. Akers will be directing a spring musical, and I believe she's going to have a very large cast in that. So if you don't get in this show, you might get in that one. And also here at Apex, we have plenty of shows you can audition for coming up in November. We have auditions for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which Josh is directing, as well as some other things in the spring. Could we practice the audition with other people? That's a great thing to do. Just like print out the scenes and get a friend to read them with you. Assuming parents are not there, just picking up 5 o'clock will work. It is not just Goka students. This is a partnership we're doing with Goka, so it's also open to Apex Theater students. Great question. Do we audition for a particular part or do you pick us for one on Monday? We'll ask you to read for something, and if there's something you'd like to read for, we'll give you time to read for that. And we'll be doing the auditions in the third floor drama classroom. The third floor drama classroom, and all that information will be in the email that goes out later this week, as well as the audition scenes. I think that we have covered all the questions that are in the chat. Miss Akers will not be directing it. She is getting married the same weekend the play is being presented, but she will definitely be around to help out. And Miss Sachs just said the school is now called Global Leadership Academy Arts. So thank you, Miss Sachs, for pointing that out. Will you be dropping roles after the audition? I don't know what that means.
I think they're asking how soon will we announce the
Oh,
roles?
we'll announce the cast by the end of next week, so no later than say next Friday.
We give one more minute to see if we have any more questions.
Any more questions folks are typing in? Okay, then. Well, we will also send out a recording of this session that we just have, and we just can't wait to meet all of you. We love working on this show. We think it's a great show for the holidays. It's funny, it's heartwarming, and we've done it a couple times and had really a great response from our audiences.
If you have any more questions, you can feel free to reach out to us. What's the best place to do that?
They can just respond to any email they get. Or at apextheaterjacks@gmail. I will put that in the email that I send out. Okay, we hope you guys have a great night. And we will see you next Monday.
Thank you so much.
Bye.